I don't want you to think this is going to be like the norm, but I have, I guess, what we could call clothing optional stories today.
Oh, nice.
Again, I know. So you might want to have the youngsters, I don't know, wear clothes. And, while you're making sure they're dressed.
Maybe this should be, we should always, I know how to get us billions of viewers and listeners.
Nope.
It's the only clothing optional podcast.
For us or for them?
For us, where we only choose to wear clothes. What do you think? We'll say it's clothing optional. They can be naked while they listen or watch. I don't care.
We're not that bright a species. Might work. So great, now that I've insulted you, would you like, subscribe, and follow This Is Truly News while you're thinking of it? Sorry.
It's clothing optional. It is.
But like, subscribe, and follow This Is Truly News. And there's a story you'd like to share with us because, we're buds now. TITR@netradio.network would be great. Thanks.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
This guy had a really witty teacher from their game design class. But for some reason, the vice principal of the school hated him. One day, we were all studiously working with our headphones on, programming away while our teacher was sitting up in front reading a book. He was clearly available and approachable if we had questions. Nevertheless, the vice principal walked into the room and lost his mind. He said, "It has come to my attention that you have absolutely no control over this class. This is unacceptable." Our teacher gave him a fairly nonchalant stare, coolly and calmly placed his book down, clapped his hands loudly 3 times, which was his very effective way of getting our attention while we were listening to music. Mind you, the following occurred without us knowing why the VP was there or what he'd said. Teacher then says, "Okay, class, listen up. I have an exercise for you. This will only take a couple of minutes. First and foremost, stand up." We all stood up near in unison very quickly, and the teacher then said, "Good job." Then pointed his finger at the VP and said, "Now I want all of you to leave the room and stand outside in the hallway, and no matter what this guy says, do not come back in the room until I say so. Okay, go." We all exited the room. A little intrigued, teacher said, "Okay, Mr. Vice Principal, bring him back into the classroom." We didn't budge. Today, it's one of my favorite stories to tell.
Oh, God, yes. And I bet not yours alone.
No, I bet you thought that was great. Wow. I love the officious being owned. Desperately.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I have no idea what's going on here, but let me just voice something loudly and stupidly.
Oh, you must be in management.
Hey, middle. 35-year-old Brittany Marie Reynolds was having a tough day. It was a chilly January day in Fargo, North Dakota when she entered St. Mary's Cathedral.
Done it.
Yeah, I know, but we need this one to set up the next one.
I apologize. Start again.
No, I don't think we do now. Is this the one where she's topless and shoeless?
Yes.
We did do that one.
Yep.
Well, then I only have one clothing optional story.
Crap.
Damn it. I'll have to find more nakedness somewhere else. So in willful disobedience of every mother's wear clean underwear edict, is that still going on? Because I know a certain generation, ours,
yeah,
that you always wore clean underwear because...
What if you're in an accident?
Yep. Honest to God, I had pictures of the people in the hospital going, "Oh, man, he can wait. He doesn't have clean underwear."
Yep. We're not treating this one.
It didn't dawn on me that I was just in an accident. It might not be clean anymore. Anyway,
Mom.
Timothy O'Rourke of Danville, New Hampshire, crashed his car in January, ran from the scene wearing nary a stitch of clothing. And WHDH-TV reported that officers found O'Rourke running behind Main Street homes wearing no clothes and coated in his own blood. Boy, he didn't listen to his mom about wearing any clothes.
Wow.
He was charged with DWI, resisting arrest, and hopefully given, that nice jumper to wear in jail.
Here, this will help cover things.
Don't know why he was dressed like that.
Careful with the zipper.
Not sure. I will be very careful. That's an injury you can't talk about.
But everyone will hear it happen.
Oh, boy.
My brother and I owned a restaurant together for 7 years, says a guy who has a brother we owned a restaurant with together for 7 years.
Makes perfect sense to me.
One night, a lady came up to pay her bill, and my brother was helping her while I was standing next to him making small talk, as we did with all our regulars. Out of the blue, she says she's sorry. Before we could ask her what's wrong, she caught us off guard with a truly disgusting display. Fully projectile vomited through her fingers into my brother's face. Apparently, my brother's mouth was open a bit. I let out a scream and ran for the hills. My brother was screaming, oh no, repeatedly. He ran into the kitchen and started pouring soap into his mouth.
Yeah.
He still gags when I bring up that story.
Understandable when you think about it.
Right?
Sorry.
I always love the ones where you look at the little kids and their faces, and young dads are holding them above their heads because the baby loves it. And the baby may indeed love it, but when they don't have a little smile on their face, you quickly put them back into a vertical position, because otherwise the kid's going to puke in your mouth, and you deserve every bit of it. I know.
Yeah, I'm afraid I found that out, not the hard way.
I did.
But we had two entire softball teams at our house.
Yeah.
During a tournament. Everybody's between games. We did a cookout, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I had my young daughter on my shoulders. We were bopping around saying hi to everyone. Yeah. To this day, I blame that on my ear trouble, because it just went on.
Blorp.
And oddly, everyone found it most amusing.
I would have pointed and laughed.
Yeah. What do?
You clean up.
As long as we're talking food or
puke.
Yeah. Which was food.
At one point.
Yeah. It's
depending on who you are, could be food.
During a basket. I'm just trying to get out of this as easily as we can since I brought us into it. During a basketball match betwixt Duquesne.
I think they should come up with some sort of puke deli. I mean, you can, okay, what, how would you like your projectile?
No puke for you. Oh, no, it's the puke Nazi. During a basketball match between Duquesne University and Loyola Chicago in Pittsburgh, officials briefly had to stop play at the 16-minute, 10-second mark of the second half, according to Trib Live.
Well, that's where they always stop it.
No.
Okay.
See, it was at that moment a man in a yellow hoodie walked onto the court and approached Loyola player Philip Alston. No, actually, he wasn't angry. He's not going to harm the kid. He had a McDonald's bag in his hand, and a video recording caught him yelling, "DoorDash?" Commentators, officials, and players seemed a bit stumped about who could have ordered the food. Someone finally did claim the delivery. Thank you. Walked onto the court. I'm guessing the guy in the yellow hoodie didn't understand basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duquesne official said he believes the event was staged, and sure enough, a close-up of the delivery guy reveals a microphone clipped to his T-shirt. That would have been so cool, and now we find out it's just, another feeble attempt at self-aggrandizement.
Well, yeah, but it's all about going viral.
Yeah.
I'm already viral enough right now.
I've had viral things. They're not that fun.
No, the time you spent in the hospital with the last viral thing you got.
That was not fun.
No.
The nurses were nice, but that still doesn't make up for it.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.